Listen carefully. Life is whispering a message that grows louder every day. This is your final warning, a wake-up call that tomorrow is not guaranteed. The clock is ticking not in fear, but in opportunity. Every sunrise is a question. Will you rise with it, or will you stay asleep in comfort? Many people wait for the perfect moment, believing that one day they will finally feel ready. But the truth is, readiness is not a feeling. It is a decision. Success does not belong to those who wait. It belongs to those who start even when conditions are imperfect. If you keep delaying, the world will not pause for you. The doors of opportunity do not stay open forever. This is the time to break the chain of procrastination. Each day you spend hesitating is a day you could have been building, learning, and becoming stronger. Life rewards action, not intentions. Your ideas, dreams, and talents mean nothing if they remain trapped inside you. Knowledge without action is like a seed that never touches soil. Discipline is the bridge between desire and achievement. It is not about punishing yourself, it is about protecting your future. Every small choice, waking up early, studying when others are distracted, speaking with kindness, finishing what you start, these are the steps that build a life of purpose. When you choose discipline today, you choose freedom tomorrow. Inside you lives a strength you may have forgotten. It awakens the moment you stop seeking permission and start trusting your own will. The world does not owe you a guarantee, but it does offer endless possibilities to those who dare to move forward. Do not underestimate your power to rewrite your story. If you ignore this final warning, the cost is not just missed opportunities, it is the quiet pain of regret. Regret is heavier than failure because failure teaches, but regret only reminds you of what you never tried. The discomfort of growth lasts a short time. The discomfort of regret lasts a lifetime. Today is not another ordinary day. Today is a turning point. Choose growth over comfort, action over excuses, and courage over fear. The final warning is not a threat. It is a gift. It is life giving you one more chance to step into the person you were meant to be. The last call for change is not just a phrase. It is a powerful reminder that life operates on time, and time does not wait for anyone. Every moment that passes is a step closer to either the life you dream of or the life you settle for. When we talk about a final warning, it is not meant to create fear, but to awaken awareness. There comes a point in every person's journey when the signals of life become too clear to ignore. Missed opportunities, repeated mistakes, and silent dissatisfaction are not coincidences. They are signs that something must change. The last call is the moment when you realize that if you continue on the same path, you will keep receiving the same results. It is a turning point where you must choose between staying in the comfort of routine or stepping into the uncertainty of growth. This call is not from the outside world alone. It often begins as a quiet voice within, urging you to move, to decide, to act before it is too late. Change does not happen by accident. It demands intention, courage, and a willingness to face the discomfort of the unknown. Many people wait for life to force change upon them through crisis, loss, or sudden events. But the wiser path is to respond before the situation demands it. When life gives you a final warning, it is a gift, not a punishment. It means there is still time, still room, and still a chance to rewrite the story. However, this window is not endless. Opportunities have an expiration date. The relationships you cherish, the goals you envision, the skills you need to develop. Each of these has a timeline, and hesitation quietly eats away at them until nothing is left but regret. The last call is a wake-up signal that whispers, act now while you can. The difficulty lies in recognizing this call when it arrives. Sometimes it appears as a deep sense of dissatisfaction even when everything seems fine on the surface. Sometimes it feels like restlessness, a constant feeling that you are meant for more, but cannot quite define what it is. These sensations are not to be ignored or silenced. They are the alarms of the soul. They remind you that life is not about surviving each day, but about creating a journey filled with meaning, learning, and contribution. Ignoring them leads to a slow, quiet decline into mediocrity, where days blend together and dreams shrink until they disappear. To respond to this last call for change, you must first accept responsibility for where you are. Blaming circumstances, people, or luck may provide temporary comfort, but it also keeps you powerless. Taking responsibility does not mean judging yourself harshly. It means acknowledging that your choices have led you here, and new choices can lead you somewhere better. The final warning is the invitation to take control, to decide that your future will not be left to chance. Action is the language of change. Small, consistent steps. Reading a book, learning a skill, practicing discipline, improving habits are the bricks that build a new reality. The last call is not about dramatic overnight transformation. It is about the decision to begin, to persist, and to refuse to settle for a life of quiet disappointment. When you answer this call, you reclaim the power to shape your destiny before time makes the choice for you. Breaking the cycle of delay is one of the most critical actions a person can take to transform their life. Procrastination may seem harmless in the moment, but it quietly steals time, energy, and opportunity. Every time you say, "I'll do it tomorrow," you trade a piece of your potential for a false sense of comfort today. The danger is that this delay becomes a habit, and habits create the structure of your life. A day of postponement turns into a week becomes a month, and before you know it, years have passed without meaningful progress. This cycle is not just about tasks left undone. It is about dreams left unfulfilled, skills never developed, and experiences forever missed. The longer you wait to act, the harder it becomes to start, because delay feeds fear and doubt, and fear and doubt create even more delay. The human mind often disguises procrastination as rational thinking. We tell ourselves we are waiting for the right time, the perfect plan, or more resources. We believe that once we feel fully prepared, action will feel natural and easy. But this is a trap. The perfect moment does not exist, and readiness is not a gift that suddenly appears. It is a state you create by taking the first step. Action produces clarity, while waiting only produces more reasons to wait. Each time you postpone action, your mind strengthens the habit of avoidance, making the next attempt even harder. The cycle continues until the weight of unmade decisions becomes overwhelming. Breaking this pattern requires to act before you feel ready and the discipline to keep going even when conditions are not ideal. The cost of procrastination is not always visible at first. You may not feel pain when you delay a workout, skip a study session, or postpone a project. In fact, you might even feel a temporary sense of relief. But beneath that relief lies the quiet loss of momentum. Momentum is the invisible force that carries you forward. And once it is broken, starting again requires even more effort. Over time, the small delays accumulate into missed opportunities that cannot be recovered. Relationships fade because you waited too long to reach out. Career chances vanish because you hesitated to apply. Personal growth slows because you avoided the discomfort of learning. The damage is not only external, it also affects how you see yourself. Each delay sends a message to your mind that your goals are not urgent. And eventually you start believing that maybe they are not even possible. To break the cycle of delay, you must understand that action is not something you wait to feel like doing. It is something you decide to do regardless of mood or circumstance. Start small if you must, but start now. A single step taken today is more valuable than 100 steps planned for tomorrow. The moment you begin, even with a small effort, you weaken the grip of procrastination. Every completed action builds confidence, and confidence fuels more action, creating a positive cycle that replaces the negative one. Consistency is more powerful than intensity. Doing a little every day builds habits that no amount of occasional effort can match. The key is to focus on progress, not perfection. Perfection demands flawless execution and endless preparation, which fuels delay. Progress simply asks for movement, no matter how small. Breaking the cycle of delay is ultimately about respecting the limited time you have. Life will not wait for you to feel ready. Opportunities will not remain open forever. Every day you delay is a day of growth you can never reclaim. Choosing to act today is not just a decision about what you will do. It is a statement about who you are becoming. When you decide that action matters more than excuses, you reclaim control of your life and create momentum that carries you closer to your goals, one choice at a time. The power of self-discipline is the invisible force that separates those who only dream from those who achieve. It is the ability to take action based on what is necessary rather than what is easy or immediately enjoyable. While motivation may spark the desire to start something, it is discipline that sustains the effort when the excitement fades. Many people wait for the perfect mood to work, believing that inspiration will guide their steps. But true growth does not depend on fleeting emotions. Discipline means doing what needs to be done even when you feel tired, distracted, or unmotivated. It is the steady commitment to a higher goal that keeps you moving forward when obstacles appear and excuses whisper in your ear. Without discipline, talent remains unused, potential remains hidden, and dreams remain distant. Self-discipline is not about punishment or harshness. It is about creating structure and order that supports your long-term success. Think of it as a contract with yourself, a promise to honor the values and goals you have set. This contract is built through daily habits, waking up early, managing time wisely, practicing a skill consistently, eating mindfully, speaking with integrity. Each disciplined action strengthens the mental muscle that allows you to resist temptation and stay focused on what truly matters. Over time, these small acts of discipline accumulate into powerful results. Just as a river carves canyons over centuries through steady pressure, discipline shapes your character and achievements through persistent effort. One of the greatest benefits of self-discipline is the freedom it creates. At first, discipline may feel like restriction because it requires saying no to distractions and immediate pleasures. But with consistent practice, it actually opens the door to greater independence. A disciplined person is not controlled by mood, external circumstances, or the opinions of others. They are free to pursue their purpose with clarity because they have trained themselves to act according to principle rather than impulse. This freedom is priceless. It means you are not at the mercy of laziness, fear, or temporary desire. Instead, you become the driver of your own life, steering toward meaningful destinations, while others drift wherever the current takes them. Discipline also builds trust within yourself. Every time you set a goal and follow through, you strengthen your belief in your own ability to keep promises. This inner trust is essential because it fuels confidence. When you know you can rely on yourself, you no longer need constant approval or external motivation. You develop quiet strength, the kind that allows you to face challenges with calm determination, even when results take longer than expected. Discipline keeps you patient and consistent. You understand that success is not about sudden breakthroughs, but about steady growth that compounds over time. The practice of self-discipline extends beyond personal achievement. It affects every area of life. It improves relationships by teaching patience, respect, and emotional control. It enhances learning by fostering focus and perseverance. It strengthens physical health by encouraging balanced routines and mindful choices. Most importantly, it protects your future by ensuring that your daily actions align with your deepest values. Life will always offer distractions, and the world will always tempt you with easier paths. But discipline is the shield that guards your purpose and the engine that carries you forward. It transforms effort into excellence and dreams into reality, proving that the greatest power you can develop is mastery over yourself. Awakening inner strength begins with the realization that everything you need to create a meaningful life already exists within you. Most people spend years searching outside themselves for answers, waiting for someone to give permission, guidance, or validation. They believe that success or happiness depends on circumstances, luck, or the approval of others. Yet the true source of power is not found in external conditions, but in the untapped potential of the mind and spirit. Inner strength is not a rare gift for a chosen few, it is a natural force inside every person, waiting to be discovered and developed. The challenge is not whether you possess it, but whether you have the courage to look within and bring it to life. This awakening often begins with self-awareness. You cannot draw strength from a part of yourself you refuse to see. Many people hide from their own emotions, fears, and insecurities, believing that ignoring them will make them disappear. In reality, avoidance only makes these feelings stronger and more controlling. True strength grows when you acknowledge your vulnerabilities without letting them define you. It is the quiet decision to face reality as it is, not as you wish it to be. By understanding your own thoughts and emotions, you gain the ability to guide them rather than be guided by them. Awareness turns confusion into clarity, and clarity becomes the foundation for purposeful action. Inner strength is also awakened through adversity. Challenges, disappointments, and failures are not punishments. They are training grounds. Every obstacle carries a hidden lesson and an opportunity to grow stronger. When life presents difficulties, it is not trying to break you, but to reveal the resilience you may not yet recognize. The moments that seem unbearable are often the very experiences that build courage, patience, and wisdom. Instead of asking why hardships happen, a stronger question is, what is this experience trying to teach me? By shifting perspective, pain becomes a teacher rather than an enemy. Over time, this mindset transforms obstacles into stepping stones and fear into fuel for progress. Cultivating inner strength requires discipline of thought. Your mind is constantly shaped by the ideas you allow to take root. Negative self-talk, doubt, and worry can weaken your spirit if left unchecked. But positive focus and intentional thinking can create extraordinary resilience. This does not mean ignoring reality or pretending that problems do not exist. It means choosing to direct your energy toward solutions, growth, and gratitude. Simple daily practices such as reflection, meditation, journaling, or spending time in nature can quiet the noise of the world and connect you with the deeper wisdom inside. These moments of stillness are not a luxury, they are a necessity for hearing the inner voice that guides you towards strength and purpose. Awakening inner strength is ultimately about trusting yourself. Trust grows each time you honor your commitments, stand by your values, and take action despite uncertainty. It is the confidence that even if you stumble, you have the ability to rise again. When you trust your inner power, the opinions of others lose their hold, and external challenges no longer feel like threats. You begin to see that your greatest resource is not what you own, where you live, or who supports you. It is the unshakable strength that lives within. This realization does not eliminate difficulty, but it changes how you meet it. Instead of fearing the future, you step into it with quiet courage, knowing that no matter what comes, the strength to endure, adapt, and thrive is already inside you. Consequences of inaction are often more powerful and lasting than the fear of failure itself, yet they are rarely considered in the moment of decision. When a person hesitates to act, it may feel harmless at first, choosing not to start a project, avoiding a difficult conversation, or postponing a life-changing decision can appear to be a way of staying safe. But every choice to delay carries a hidden cost that grows larger over time. Inaction is not neutral. It is a decision that shapes your future just as much as action does. Every opportunity that is ignored closes a door that may never open again. And each day spent standing still quietly rewrites the story of your life without your consent. People often fear making mistakes, but the greater danger lies in making none at all, because doing nothing guarantees that growth, discovery, and achievement will remain out of reach. One of the most painful consequences of inaction is regret, unlike the sharp but temporary pain of failure. Regret lingers, echoing through the years as a reminder of what could have been. Failure at least brings lessons, experience, and the possibility of a comeback, but regret offers nothing except the knowledge that you never tried. The mind has a way of replaying missed chances, opportunities for education, career moves, relationships, or personal development long after the moment to seize them has passed. These memories can become heavy burdens, leading to thoughts of if only and what if. This quiet suffering is not a punishment from life. It is the natural result of ignoring the inner call to act when action was needed. Inaction also weakens confidence. Every time you avoid taking a step forward, you reinforce the belief that you are not capable of handling change or challenge. Over time, this belief becomes a habit of doubt. When opportunities appear, hesitation feels automatic, and the gap between intention and action grows wider. The longer you remain inactive, the more difficult it becomes to trust yourself. What begins as a single moment of delay can turn into a pattern of self-sabotage, where fear of making the wrong choice leads to making no choice at all. Confidence is not built by thinking or waiting. It is built by doing, by proving to yourself through action that you can handle uncertainty and overcome obstacles. Beyond personal growth, inaction affects every area of life. Relationships suffer when meaningful conversations are avoided or when appreciation is left unspoken. Careers stagnate when skills are not developed or risks are never taken. Health declines when self-care is postponed. Dreams fade when they are not pursued with consistent effort. Time moves forward, whether you act or not, and the opportunities that exist today may not be available tomorrow. Life does not pause to wait for perfect conditions. It rewards those who move forward despite imperfection. By failing to act, you silently agree to let external forces decide the direction of your life, surrendering control of your own destiny. The true cost of inaction is not measured only in missed opportunities, but also in the person you could have become. Each unmade decision delays the discovery of your potential. The skills you never learn, the people you never meet, and the experiences you never have all represent versions of yourself that remain forever unrealized. While action carries the risk of failure, it also carries the possibility of success, growth, and transformation. Inaction carries only the certainty of staying the same. Understanding this truth is a powerful motivator because it reveals that the greatest risk is not trying and falling short. It is standing still and watching life pass by. Choosing growth over comfort is one of the most defining decisions a person can make because comfort is tempting and growth is demanding. Comfort offers immediate relief, familiar routines, and the safety of the known. It feels pleasant in the short term because it shields you from uncertainty, criticism, and the possibility of failure. But comfort also creates invisible walls. It keeps you in a predictable pattern where each day feels the same. And while it may seem peaceful, it quietly limits your potential. Growth, on the other hand, requires stepping into the unknown. It asks you to face challenges, learn new skills, and confront fears that comfort allows you to avoid. The decision to grow is rarely easy because it often feels uncomfortable, but discomfort is a sign of expansion. Muscles grow when they are stretched, minds develop when they are challenged, and character is built when life tests your patience and resilience. Choosing growth means valuing long-term fulfillment over short-term ease. When you push beyond what is familiar, you open doors to new opportunities, ideas, and experiences. This could mean learning a difficult subject, taking on a demanding job, moving to a new environment, or starting a project that stretches your abilities. Each of these choices comes with uncertainty, but they also create possibilities that comfort can never provide. Growth is the path of learning, and every new skill or insight gained expands the range of what you can achieve. While comfort keeps you safe, growth makes you stronger, wiser, and more capable of shaping your own future. The challenge is that comfort often disguises itself as happiness. It tells you that staying where you are is enough, that avoiding risk is the smart choice, and that tomorrow will always be there for change. But the satisfaction of comfort is temporary and fragile. Over time, it often turns into boredom, restlessness, and a quiet sense of regret. People who remain in their comfort zone may avoid failure, but they also avoid discovery. They may never know what talents they possess, what experiences could inspire them, or what version of themselves they could become. Growth may bring temporary discomfort, but it offers lasting rewards. Confidence, resilience, and the deep satisfaction of knowing you are living fully rather than merely existing. The process of choosing growth requires courage. It is not about making reckless decisions or chasing constant difficulty. It is about intentionally choosing challenges that align with your goals and values. Courage is not the absence of fear, but the decision to move forward despite it. Every step outside your comfort zone builds mental strength and proves that fear loses power when faced directly. Whether it is speaking in public, learning a new skill, starting a healthy habit, or pursuing a bold dream, the act of pushing yourself creates a ripple effect. Each success, no matter how small, makes the next challenge easier to face. Over time, what once felt uncomfortable becomes familiar, and your comfort zone expands to include more of the world. Choosing growth also transforms how you view failure. In the comfort zone, failure is seen as a threat to avoid. In the growth zone, failure is recognized as an essential teacher. Every mistake reveals valuable lessons about strategy, effort, and resilience. By embracing growth, you begin to see failure not as an ending but as part of the journey toward mastery. This mindset frees you from the fear of imperfection and allows you to pursue ambitious goals with persistence. Life will always offer a choice between the ease of comfort and the challenge of growth. The decision to grow may feel difficult in the present, but it creates a future filled with possibilities, strength, and the fulfillment that comes only from becoming more than you were yesterday.